By the way, I know the _Mersch account on YouTube. I'm annoyed at how talented you are. Like, I'm annoyed at how good you are at so many things. Everyone I've ever said this to has gone on to insane success. Well, you know, we meaning ROTC, obviously we did not get a contract renewal with Rumble. And between you, me, and the wall, Gino, I can finally talk about it, right? Let's just say we're making basically $13,000 a month, more or less, right? Not a lot of money. That's not each. That's for the whole company. And then me and Royce had to pay Virgie, and have to pay our producers, and we got to pay our art guy, and then we got to pay ourselves, and we got to pay fucking... Apparently you have to pay this thing called taxes, Gino. You heard of this?
I've heard this, but, I've been working at a job where they just take that out of me immediately, so I don't even know that. I don't even notice it. It's just like, oh, well, that was a gross that I'd lost something up, but you know what, that's fine. But you actually have to do it perfectly. You actually have to monitor how much you're doing and paying it off, which is just so sad that you have to do it. Rumble doesn't do it for you.
And it sucks, dude. And honestly, you have to pay taxes. Apparently, I found this out because I didn't do it. I didn't pay taxes for like 15 years, and then they found me. And they're like, hey, we want our money. And I went, what money? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Apparently, you're supposed to pay taxes. And I just hadn't been doing that for a long time.
So 15 years you haven't been doing it, but thankfully the IRS, which do have the license to kill anybody, decided just to come to your door and just be like, hey, you gotta pay or you could get killed.
Yeah. Basically, I didn't pay taxes for years because I worked in strip clubs, or I didn't work at all. And then all of a sudden, one day, it just literally was like, they just, like, the minute ROTC made $1, those motherfuckers were like, excuse me, sir, why are you on corporate paperwork? You're not, we thought you were dead. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I just didn't want to give you guys money. But yeah, apparently you got to pay taxes. But anyway, so long story short, we obviously we're not getting paid a lot of money by Rumble. It wasn't even money, Gino. We were making them money. So what we had was a downside guarantee. You're a wrestling fan. You know what that means. So that just means that if you don't wrestle, or you're not on TV, or you're not doing whatever, every month you're guaranteed a certain amount of money, and that's it. But then it's up to you to make more money. And we always made more money. But they had a downside guarantee. So we were getting paid dick. They decided we weren't even worth paying dick to. And then they gave $20 million to Dr. Disrespect, right? 20 mil in stock and money, right? To come over and to invigorate the gaming on Rumble platform, which usually has like there's like 10 people, like black guys playing Street Fighter for like 40 people. It's lame. So nobody cares, whatever. First day, Dr. Disrespect, he's coming in, two-time, whatever they call him. 40,000 watching on Rumble, which are fucking dubious numbers, by the way. He had 20,000 watching on YouTube, and supposedly had 40,000 watching on Rumble. Gino, do you know what the active user base is for YouTube?
For YouTube, I would have to say like billions of people use YouTube every fucking day, but I think Rumble would probably be like maybe at most close to 100,000. That's the very most. Maybe people care that much about the only true freedom of speech platform that exists in the internet.
Yeah, because it's not a free speech platform, Gino. It's just a place where everyone goes when you get kicked out. Rumble is basically like, all right, so you know how like sex offenders aren't allowed to live within 100 feet of like a church or a school or like a government building? Like, all these fucking weird rules, right? And that's why certain parts of town are just dog shit, right? Like, that's why, like, we have a place in Tampa, it's called Suitcase City, right? And it's all these shitty, like, I wouldn't even say one bedroom. They're efficiencies. So they're just studio apartments. They're like old, shitty, like old roadside motels that people buy and convert into like private units, and they rent them out. So It's like living in an efficiency in Suitcase City and saying like, oh no, I love it here, dude. I love the neighborhood. I love how vibrant the neighborhood is. And it's like, no, you don't live here because you love the neighborhood. You live here because you're not allowed to live anywhere else. It's the same way with Rumble. Like Rumble, everybody that's like gung-ho about Rumble is just not allowed anywhere else. And we would be super fucked right now if we hadn't gotten our YouTube channel back. I do not know how we got it back. I will never fucking understand it for a million years. But I told Royce, like, just file an appeal and see what happens. And they just gave us our channel back. No strikes, perfectly clean channel. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's awesome. So we get the channel back. Anyway, they don't renew our contract. They give Dr. Disrespect $20 million. So then, I forgot to answer your question, answer my question. YouTube has 2.5 billion active users right now registered on their website. Rumble has 78 million. So explain to me how a website that comes an app that comes pre-installed in your phone, you can't even delete YouTube from your phone if you don't want YouTube. It's literally baked into the cake. So tell me how the 2.5 billion user base thing that everyone has on their phone had 20,000 less viewers than Rumble with 78 million users. How is that possible?
You see, the only thing that makes sense for any way, shape, or that it would make sense to me is that maybe people were on both. I think people had both the YouTube and the Rumble to find out maybe which one was faster, which one had more of a delay or less of a delay, and they watched that. So maybe there was like 40,000 people who were on the YouTube feed, but then they saw the Rumble feed might have been a little bit faster than the YouTube, so they're like, oh, let me go on the Rumble, and they just stayed there. So I think that maybe 20,000 joined because of YouTube feed was less or laggy compared to Rumble. That's what I believe could make sense in my head.
I will respect your answer, Gino. I don't agree with you, though. I have to respectfully disagree. What I think it is, and I want to be gentle in how I say this. I think what it is Claudio and Chris and all these guys at Rumble are a bunch of lying Canadian who are quietly selling their shares in the company and not buying any new shares because they know this is a giant Ponzi scheme and it's going to collapse. But that's just me, Gino. You know, we're just two different cats, you know?
Yes, so you're very pessimistic, but I'm optimistic. I believe that Rumble may or may not have a better service for live streaming than YouTube. That YouTube's just starting to use live streaming service. They haven't done it for that long. Rumble's been doing it since day one.
Yeah, Gino? Okay. Hey, everybody on this show right now, raise your hand if you've met these people. Oh, okay, Gino didn't meet them. I'm telling you, they're and this company's a scam. Darling again, eggs for 5. Thank you. Says thank you for giving Gene Bean something to do, Mersch. Hope your bets do well too. Thank you. We only got one bet alive tonight, and it better go through because if it doesn't, I'm fucked, Gino. I'm down a lot, and it's Christmas time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to sleep on my nephew's couch this year. Do you know how fucking embarrassing that is?
I know that'd be a sad time, especially for the cats to also be able to live there, or they're going to be just stuck in this house without you, but having at least a little bit of food and treats to be able to get them by on the December month.
Gino, my cats are well cared for. First of all, I have a pet sitter. She has a key to my house. So she comes and she checks on them. Not every day, because I'm not going to fucking pay this bitch every day to come play with my cats. But if let's say I go away for like 4 days, 5 days, right? I have her usually come smack dab in the middle. Like just come at the halfway mark and check on them. They don't need anything, Gino. They got first of all, they all have automatic feeders. Goes off every 4 hours. They get a little half a cup of food. So they're never starving. They have a fucking filtered water fountain with UV lights in it to stop the bacteria from growing. Like I literally have a fucking 3-gallon water fountain for them. And everything's plugged into a battery backup, a 16-hour Amazon battery backup. So even if we lose power and shit, my cats live better than I do. I drink and I gamble and I ruin my life and I fuck everything up. But there's days I don't eat. There's days I just go without. There's days I'm just a fucking train wreck. Not my cats though. Those motherfuckers never go without. Even the outside cats, Gino. I have outside cats now.
I'm proud of you that you're able to take care of them, and you do have this pet sitter. So if life does get that bad, you do have to just fucking live on a couch at your nephew's place. You'll be able to get taken care of and then come right back in better than ever for the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna live in his house. It's just if I go there for Christmas, like, why do I used to love flexing on people, but now I'm broke, Gino, so I can't flex on people. I used to flex on people all the time. I'd be like, oh, Christmas, cool. I'm gonna be staying at the Marriott. And then, like, I'd be like, oh, cool. And now it's like, nowadays, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to spend fucking $300 on a hotel room fucking 2 nights. Can I just crash on your couch? I got to put money on the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, honestly, because let's be honest, like, I'm not Kevin. Like, so it's not like I just do 3 days a week. Like, I'm always streaming, dude. I'm so broke right now. I'm streaming every night. So, like, there's got to be a night where he just pops up and it could be like, all right, this is kind of, just pop on. But I'd love to have Tyler's very, he's cool, man. And I need, and also I need help with him as far as, like, betting on basketball.
And he would be the perfect guy to tell you, like, the real basketball picks to go for, because he is, again, a savant. He knows this shit better than I do, but I barely even pay attention to basketball. I was like, he knows more than most people out in the community.
Who's the fucking Jew-fro guy?
The Jew-fro guy from Mark Community, who?
The guy with the Jew-fro. Pete Shoop, or no, it's not Pete Shoop. There's a fucking bowler that Tyler's never gonna fucking beat. I'm sorry, I love Tyler, but he's never gonna defeat the Jufro Pete Shoop. By the way, we did it, Gino. $25 bet tonight. The only bet we won. $25. We won $150, Gino. We're rich.
You did finally make that back, then I think that might be just enough that made you even to all the bets you made today, or was that, like, still below even for all the bets you made?
Look, do you know how sad it is that an evangelical Christian college won me more money than this audience is willing to give me? People don't like guests, Gino. They don't like me seeing like, I don't get it, Gino, because, like, other shows get guests or bring people on, and then everybody's like, oh my God, let's fucking go. And then, like, when I bring guests on, everybody's like, I hate this. Just, like, I feel like the audience just wants me to be lazy and just watch videos and be gay. And I'm like, no, I don't like this. It's driving me. Like, I'm starting to feel like Dr. Manhattan, bro. I've been sitting on Mars for too long, and I'm losing my fucking mind. I gotta bring people on to talk to. And then I bring people on to talk to, and the audience is like, I guess.
It's because they just like that fucking react content. That's what they want. They just want you to respond to all this stuff, respond with negativity, respond with hate. But deep down, really, like, we need that positivity. We need that power positivity that sadly did die just the other day. It's just very sad that the new day is evil. That they are bad guys, but there's still positivity in the world that we could be had.
I'm sorry, Hatchet Mouth. He did donate $20 from the Rumble side. Says, going forward, you should have Gino handle all of your contractual negotiations with Rumble, if there are any left to be had. All right, well, I will say this. There's probably very few talks left between me and Chris Pavlovski. But yeah, I honestly, I think we should have sent Gino originally. That would have been great. Like, honestly, now that I look back on it, with the amount of respect that Rumble has shown us, which is zero, like, I don't know if you know the background, Gino, with Rumble, why I hate them so much. Like, even though we had a contract for 2, I hated them when we had a contract with them. And Royce kept me on a very short leash, and I kept myself on a very short leash because we were getting money every month. So it was like, let's not fuck up the and also not just fuck up the contract, but let's not get, like, sued for breach of contract. You know what I mean? Like, let's just get our paycheck and, like, show up. Dude, I've had so many people try to get me to snake Alex Stein, and I'm like, I will never snake that man. That man is the broest of bros. He literally had, like, Rumble stuck in his dick to fucking come on there, and he's like, I can't, I'm contractually obligated. But, like, most guys would just go, I can't, have a nice day. But Alex, like, thinking of us first of all people, and went, you know what you do, guys, you should call my boys, this show is awesome. And he literally sold them on us, and then they hated us from day one.
Which is because, like, they probably felt like it was a fucking vendetta, that it was like, oh, Alex Stein gave us this cancer that he just wanted to get rid of, and now we are having to fucking deal with it. That's being what's killing us from the inside. So we need to spend our money wisely. So instead of just giving them more money because Alex Stein supports them, give it to give it to a Trevor, give it to a person that has this troubling past, not two guys who are just trying to actually make content, actually have a show that's actually entertaining. It's like, no, give it to someone, a part of this giant fucking media that is fucking gaming on any form of fucking platform, instead of actually trying to make content, making a show that's not just react content.
Dude, it was fucking, dude, and then all right, so I called Chris a I tagged Chris, the CEO, like 7 months into our fucking Rumble deal. And I tagged him and I was like, you're a fucking star fucking and your tech is dog shit and this website sucks and blah, blah, blah. And then Royce called me one night. I was literally going to a bar by my house where the bowling alley's at. And I was like going into this bar, Lucky's. And Royce called me, and like I thought I was in trouble because Royce is like, yeah, the CEO of Rumble called me and blah 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 about your tweet. And I'm like he texted me and he's like, call me, and he gave me a little background, and I'm like, Royce is gonna light me up. So I call him and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to blow up the deal, but like, what's going on? Like, and he's like, no, it's weird. Like, Chris reached out to me and was like, hey, you want to grab lunch and bring Mersch and let's sit down and talk and let's figure this out. And like, let's, and at first we kind of had some optimism. You're like, oh man, he's kind of cool. Like, shit, I wouldn't handle you calling me a and tagging me on Twitter that gracefully. That's very cool. So we go to this lunch, but during the lunch, all of our ideas are just getting dismissed and shit on the whole time. So it's like, there's no point to the lunch. It was just Chris, like, trying to be Canadian and be like, let me buy you a fish lunch, eh? And like, let's make this up, eh? And then you're like, okay, but let's talk about what's fucked up and fix it. And he didn't want to talk about any of that shit. So it's like, whatever. Fun fact, and just recently I talked about this on the air. You know who Alex Rosen is, Gino? Predator poachers. Am I dead? Did I lose internet? Perpetually unfulfilled. Donated $5 and says, thanks, Mersch. Now I want to Mersch and Gino watch the Sopranos series. We should do that. Gino, let's watch the Sopranos. You know, it doesn't matter. I just stream all day, every day, and nobody donates anymore. I think I'm circling the drain, Gino. Should I myself?
No, you shouldn't. So I think if you anything before
this?
you even think about killing yourself.
Look at these. This is called a Halo round, Gino. So it's a 9mm, right? But it has it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little razor blades on the front. So when the bullet explodes and comes at you, 5 little razor like come at you like ninja stars. Should I myself with that?
I'm saying you don't yourself. Don't do that. When you have to do it before.
Kill myself. And I'm gonna do. By the way, I'm myself, and when I do it, it's gonna be Rumble's fault.
I don't think we want to blame or assume blame of Rumble. I think again, if you kill
I'm
yourself,
going to myself live on Rumble, and I'm going to the only name that will be mentioned in my suicide note will be Chris Pavlovski and Claudio.
I say don't do this. Don't ruin Rumble more than it's already ruining itself with Dr. Disrespect being paid millions of dollars just to stream not exclusively on Rumble.
And then I'm going to talk about how in private conversations, that dude Siraj that we used to deal with, he was talking about how all the should be gassed. Like, he was doing it. Gino, he wouldn't stop during lunch. That's all he would talk about. It was just gassing these and I'm like, I don't even know what that means, dude. Like, I'm not into that. I'm from New York, bro. You know, like, you remember that scene in Spider-Man, Gino? You know, whenever you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's how I feel.
That's how we all should feel as.
But you and Siraj are saying that we should, right?
I'm not saying anybody needs to be killed. See, you're trying to loop me into someone who said something which may or may not be true. Again, we don't want to make any assumptions, make any for blame, or make any for accusations that can't
Gino, I have it on good authority that Chris Pavlovski, the CEO of Rumble, is a file.
No, you see, this is just accusations. See, we at least know.
No, it's not accusation. I'm making an actionable statement right now.
But it's not as much of a statement as Dr. Disrespect, which is an alleged file. So you're making these accusations.
No. No, you're fucking it up. What I'm saying is that Dr. Disrespect is an admitted file. What I'm saying is I have it. I have videos on a hard drive of Chris Pavlovski from Rumble violently being children.
See, we're going a little bit too far with the amazing freedom of speech platform that is Rumble that Chris Pavlovski has been able to create for us. That I do not think any such videos are out there. That these are all just accusations. These are all just false accusations, potentially. These are all just alleged accusations that may or may not be real, that we may or may not believe.
Guys, hang on. Nightwave Radio. We just got a legal notice. I just got a legal notice handed to me from the legal department. I should full screen it for this. Chris Pavlovski, the CEO of Rumble, categorically denies any allegations of him being children, and I quote, to death. He has a long-standing stance on the fact that never happened, and that we need to probably dial back our rhetoric here on Nightwave. So I apologize. I apologize to Chris Pavlovski. I also have it on pretty good authority that Siraj probably didn't say all the should get gassed. So we're going to dial both of those statements back, folks.
You're very welcome to making sure that these accusations, these alleged accusations, are proven to be false, that we are moving along from these accusations that we have made here on this amazing freedom of speech platform.
You know, it's criminal how little money we're making tonight, you know. You know what the worst part is? It's so funny, too, because whenever I have a guest on, I'm like, oh, I'll throw him a few bucks. And you are so bad at giving me money that I was literally overdrafted one time when Gino came on, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give you money when I'm not overdrafted. Like, I bring guests on, and then I give them money, and then I will go, hey, yeah, well, I'll throw you a few bucks, depending on how we do, and then I never do good, and then you guys make me look like I got a tiny penis, like I'm Chris Pavlovski out there just predating children with Dr. Disrespect, and I don't. I'm sorry, guys. We got another legal notice. I'm not allowed to say that anymore.
These are all alleged allegations that cannot be proven or...
They're not even all allegations, Gino. There's nothing. There's never been allegations about this. Dr. Disrespect, it's not even allegations. He literally was like, yeah, so what? I was messaging this minor. I was trying to fuck it. What? What do you want? I thought that's what we did as streamers.
I mean, we learned a lot about Destiny, so again, he felt he was along the lines of someone of his true colleagues that he respects.
Gino, I gotta go get a beer from the fridge. You know what that means?
And that means a lot of things could be what it means to fill this time, to fill the dead air that could be happening.
I need you for the next 30 seconds. Well, I'm gonna go get another Yingling. And then, by the way, I am fucking crushing it tonight. I am, Gino, I am more than halfway through a full bottle of Jameson. And these people aren't donating, and you're not bringing much to the table, and that's fine. Everyone tonight. I suck, Gino sucks, you guys all suck, and it's hurting all of us. So, Gino, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go get a beer, and I need you to I need you to apologize to the Rumble staff on my behalf for calling them all file human trafficking. Gino, thank you so much. Godspeed, and I will. Looking at the money these fucking pieces of shit gave me, I'm not going to give you much, but I will give you some money on PayPal because I love paying Gino because it annoys Kevin.
And I appreciate you giving me however much you feel you can, man. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Again, I never want to force that because I don't want to feel like you need to.
Really? Because I have messages where you asked me for money.
I asked you about it because I was curious you were serious. If you were legitimately serious, then I was like, go ahead.
I'm fucking with him. Gino, we love you. Godspeed, and we'll see you soon.
You too, man. Love you, Mersch.
We love Gino. They get so mad. They get so mad at Gino. I don't know why. It's fine. We didn't make money tonight. I don't. Maybe I don't do guests anymore. People don't like guests. Like, I have 300 watching on Rumble. This is bad. Like, it's bad. Like, I guess I don't. I hate this. I hate it. I'm actually sad. I'm gonna play this for me. This is the first time I've played it for me.
As in, yes, I have a son and his father's a magician.
I hate this show. I don't want to do the show anymore. I don't want to do the show anymore.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Because a vision softly creeping.
Can I just myself? Can we do that? Can we do that, Bert? Louie.
And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and
You wanna? I'm gonna show you Louie. I'm trying to get Louie. I know he's kind of on camera, but. What? You want a fortune cookie?
10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking.
Hey, buddy. I low-key want to force ingredients, you know. Don't miss out on your chance to win big. Hope there's hello. Well, we did that. I was hoping for more donuts. I guess we just don't do guests anymore. I love Gino, but holy shit. Ducino and Bisconti also, like, we just don't make money on guest nights, and it is what it is.